It was my first day in the Great Smoky Mountains, and at the time I had a very serious threat of trench foot. So every time it rained, I took off my boots, I took off my socks, I put them in a plastic bag, I sealed that plastic bag, put it in my bag, and then laid on top of my bag with a poncho over the two of us to keep me and my gear dry and make sure I still had dry socks on. Well, so far that day, it had rained on me 3 times. So I had no idea how far I'd made it. I hadn't even made it to the first shelter yet, much less the second, which was my goal. Well, I stumbled across this bear on the trail. It was the 4th bear I'd seen on my trip so far, but unlike all the others, as soon as it smelled me, it did not run away. So I did what anyone of my generation would have done in a situation where you see a new animal that you've yet to get a picture of. I whipped out my phone, I turned it on, I got a video of it eating on the trail. After a couple minutes of that, I turned it off and did everything you're supposed to do. I got my walking stick, I hit it on some trees, I made myself big, I yelled, get, shoot, shoot, and this bear looked at me. And it taught me a very important lesson about the Great Smoky Mountains. With the Great Smoky Mountains being the most traveled national park, it was used to humans and did not care. So it was like he was talking to me. He looks at me and just, you're bluffing. And I was. So I sat there and I waited. And I waited and I waited. After about 30 minutes, I finally decided someone needed to know what was going on. So I pulled out my phone again, turned it on, and shot a text to my father. Hey, Dad, do not tell Mom what I'm about to tell you. But I'm having a very serious bear encounter. If you do not hear from me in about 2 hours, do worry and make some phone calls. Well, about another 15 minutes goes by and this bear turns around and decides to climb a tree. So I pull out my phone again and got some pictures of the bear in the tree. After a couple pictures, you start to see the sky get darker and darker and darker. Finally, it starts raining again, a 4th time that day. I was done. I was done. I looked at the bear, I looked at the sky, I looked at the bear again and decided I would rather die by bear mauling than lose a foot to trench foot, die by exposure, or die by hypothermia. I didn't care. I was done. So I took out my phone, well, I kept out my phone, hit record, and as a black box video, I filmed it so that if I died, everyone would know how stupid I was, or if I lived, people would believe the story. And I walked directly under that bear.
Got past him.